Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is again Jose Acevedo, Operation Executive of ALIM, here with you guys again, and Ustad Ubaydullah Evans, our resident scholar. And this is the second in our series of weekly reflections about Ramadan. And one of the things that I was trying to think about, and I wanted to get your perspective on, Ustad Ubayd, is that every year we experience this spiritual high during Ramadan, and I was just trying to think, what is it? What is it that's so special about Ramadan that gives us that feeling? And it has to be beyond just that the shayateen are locked up. There's got to be more to it. And I think maybe from reflecting on that, we may be able to figure out how to carry it on to other times of the year besides Ramadan. So what are your thoughts on that?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulih al-kareem wa ba'd. This is a very good question. And honestly, it's lots of things. Probably the most overlooked is just that Ramadan is a blessed time. We are a people, part of our worldview is to believe in blessing.
Sure.
So that some places are blessed, meaning they have certain merits associated with them that other places do not have. Certain people are blessed, like the Prophet ﷺ mentioned that impoverished people, poor people are blessed, and that it is a blessing to be associated with them, right? To have a real relation. Ahbib al-masakin wa jalishum. Love people that are less fortunate than you and sit with them. That second part of sitting with them because they're blessed. Certain times are blessed, right? The first 10 days of the Hijjah.
Right.
Ramadan is a blessed time. So part of what we experience is just barakah. This is a blessed time. The other part is that we are starving our nafs, right? The appetite of soul. That part of us that wants, and that part of us that is focused on acquisition. We are systematically weakening it. So we begin to feel more attentive, more attuned to those other parts of who we are. I mean, we live in a society that always speaks to that appetite of acquisitive, consumptive soul. That part of our soul that is that acquisitive appetite of consumptive element. And the Ramadan, of course, speaks to you at a different wavelength. So you begin to feel different. But what I want to focus on with this short time that I have in this video is this idea of us being a collective in the month of Ramadan. For me, it's always phenomenal that you have some Muslims that admittedly, by their own admission, are practicing Islam at a very low level. Some Muslims perhaps practicing at a very high level. Many Muslims practicing at a medial level. But in the month of Ramadan, even in the privacy of their own homes, with all of the curtains drawn, with all of the blinds down, dying of thirst, racked with hunger pains, they would not dare even take a single sip of water. And these are people that might not even classify themselves as being religious, quote unquote. And that's interesting to me. I mean, from one standpoint, this is quite a demanding act of worship. And I ask people, if you don't find the strength, the fortitude to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throughout the year, how can you do something so demanding in the month of Ramadan? And many people actually respond to me, it's just the idea that everyone else is doing it. It's just the idea that this is something we're engaging as a collective. And I think that's very revealing. I think that's a very illuminating response. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about the believing community, يَشُدُّ بَعْضُهُمْ بَعْضًا, that they're holding each other up, they're supporting each other, they're almost like a bunyan marsus, like a fortified structure. And what I wanted to say to this person is that we should also feel that outside the month of Ramadan, that whether I'm struggling to remain conscious of my religious responsibility on my job or on campus or with my neighbors or in my family, I should have this feeling that other people are doing this with me. And I just want to be as strong a part of that collective as I can be. And I think in the Ramadan, we can feel that we are inspiring each other in a real way. we are heartening each other in a real way. And I think this is one of the reasons that we feel this almost spiritual, I don't want to call it a high, because every high is followed by a low.
Yeah, temporary.
But the spiritual breakthrough.
Sure.
In the month of Ramadan that we don't experience at other times.
MashaAllah. Very insightful. Appreciate it. Inshallah, check us out next time in our next Ramadan reflection. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.